Hi there, Andy Ron here with Montana Land Source. It is May 22nd, 2024, and this is the video summary of the weekly Montana Land Report. I haven't recorded videos for a good couple weeks here, so it's good to be back at it. We're definitely seeing some uptick in activity. That's somewhat to be expected because of the season. We're heading into prime showing season, so we often see a bump this time of year. Typically, we're seeing about 20 property updates per week. This week, there's a total of 23 property updates. However, 2 weeks ago, we saw almost 40, so that was a pretty big bump. And that was dominated mostly by new listings, which would be expected, but also a lot of price reductions. This week, of the 23 property updates, 8 are new listings, 5 price reductions, 5 pending sales, and 5 sales. Seeing pretty dramatic price reductions, I would say, and in addition to those price reductions, even properties that are back on the market, either having been pulled from the market for a while or maybe they're relisted by a new broker. Some of those I've noticed are pretty substantial price reductions, which to me says that the market is recognizing that in order to sell, if the properties have been overpriced, that reductions are needed. Generally, I'd say we're seeing price stability, not real much growth up or down in pricing. That has been pretty flat, pretty stable, kind of in the aftermath of the massive COVID boom we saw. So not really a stability there, but if properties have been on the market for a while, or if sellers are truly motivated to sell, and if they don't have, absolutely A+ properties where they can, command top of the market, they will need to do price reductions. In other news, there's a land auction happening tomorrow in Circle, Montana. RK Auctions, Rick there is holding an auction on over 3,000 acres of mostly dry cropland with some grass. I'm heading up to that, looking forward to it. It's always interesting to see the land market in action live. We don't get a lot of land auctions in Montana, so it's interesting to go see that. And it's always fun and interesting to see Rick run those auctions, so looking forward to that. In other news, most of the listeners might be aware that the Montana Cadastral, which is a very popular mapping platform that has all the parcels in Montana mapped with information on parcels used extensively in the industry, been around for over a decade. They released a new map app a month or so ago, and they've had some technical issues rolling that out, but I believe those issues are largely resolved. But I've been getting a lot of calls on that. A lot of people think I'm associated with Cadastral, which is not true. I use Cadastral quite a bit. In fact, Montana Land Source, the mapping part of Montana Land Source, and my map application that's available at mtlandsource.com is based on Cadastral. We have Cadastral, the same layer, the same property boundary layer that is in the Cadastral application is in my map application, and the mapping I do uses those boundary lines for mapping all the ranches and the properties that we do. So a lot of people think I'm associated with Montana Cadastral, but I'm not. Again, I think they've got most of those issues worked out. They are very open to the bug fixes and the problems with the application. So their contact information is there. Reach out to them if you're still having problems. And also, there are some changes with the new app that's everyone's not always pleased with changes. They're open to suggestions there, so I would encourage you, if there's something you don't like or would like to see with that, to reach out to them. They care about doing a good job and are doing their best over there. There's a new podcast episode out with Ranch Investor Podcast. I was a guest again with Coulter DeVries on his newest podcast episode, and we talked about the Montana ranch market. So check that out. That is right on the homepage at mtlandsource.com, as well as all the back episodes of the Ranch Investor Podcast as well. So I believe that is the news for this week. Thanks for everyone checking in. It's good to be back, and enjoy this new spring and early summer weather, and we will see you next time.